What's up, everybody? It's March 13th, Monday, 2023. We're going to flow through some Forex charts. Let's share my screen. We got some good positive hertz there. Let's go to tradingview.com. And I'm going to go products charts plus. Yeah. And I'm going to start off in the weekly charts because I know we just got a weekly close, well, 3 days ago. That looks very bullish for gold. I was anticipating us to come up to this trend line here and maybe break out or back down to here. But definitely looking more bullish on the weekly. On the daily, you got a large candle close above the Bollinger Bands. You see it's coming to retest a little bit on the 3 hour. Yeah, we see that retest coming down to hit the moving average. Can I clear these ones? These are from smaller time frames. That one looks good. There. All right, so we're in between these zones here. I anticipate us to come back to moving average, then come back up here. On the 1 hour, we actually, it looks like we're below the moving average, so it could show like that we're gonna go a little more low. Maybe bounce off the bottom Bollinger Band. On 15-minute, still looking like possibly it could go down more. We gotta close down there. So gold, I'm not seeing any immediate opportunities. So we'll move on to USD JPY. Let's go back to the weekly. In the weekly, it looks like perhaps a bounce, but we're still underneath the Bollinger Band there. So it's hard to say. For me, it looks more like a bounce off the moving average here going down. Let's see the daily. Daily getting a little squeeze, a little bit of a bounce here on the Bollinger Band. All right, let's see the 1 hour. 1 hour. Let's see, we have this bottom level here. And then we got this level right here. I put that there because of this kind of what I see right there. Bounce action. And right when it came back down here, it crashed down low. We got support here. And we got a few, it still looks like very slow movement up, but it did engulf this move. Getting some bounce down there at the moving average. And now we got an engulfing candle here. And we're still moving up a bit, but now I'm seeing this this doji here. It's still got a minute to close, but it looks like a little bit of a reversal. So on the 1 hour, it looks like it could go back down to the B band a little bit with a squeeze. 15-minute, I'm seeing that at this level right here where we're at, you see it's kind of like resisting a bit. Although it is above, like, well, if I put it like this a bit, and a little bit of a trend, it looks like just a little bit of a resistance. So on the 15-minute, we did not engulf here. We failed to make a greater high, I believe. Let me just we'll check that. It looks about even. Let me zoom up a little bit more. Yeah, failed to make a new high because it's on the slightest. I think if I go to the 5-minute, on the 5-minute we did make a new high, but right here, it closed below. Yeah, we got like a little bit of that's the wick that we see on the 15-minute. That pulse up there. This is engulfing that move. and we're gonna close in 21 seconds. So I believe it's gonna go down at least to this moving average for sure. But if it closed below, then we're probably looking to for a move down, maybe even right here. So it's not a position I would get into. Not at least that 15-minute candle close does look good for a move down. But all I kind of think is gonna happen is just gonna bounce off this area right here, which is aligning with the moving average. So I'll just wait on that. I'm not because overall we have been moving upwards on USD JPY. We just had a little move down, but it's been on an uptrend on this daily. And if we did like that, it didn't make a new low yet. It's still making higher highs and then higher low. This is still a higher low compared to this low and this low and this low. So with the squeeze here, I anticipate look, I mean on the 3 hour it does look kind of bearish. So I'll just anticipate a little bit of a bounce. Let's see. Maybe on that 1 hour B band and then a continuation upwards. Or what this could also mean when it's going like this so much on this level is that it wants to break above this level. And if it breaks above this level, I'm more playing because of the daily, since it's been on uptrend. I'm more waiting for buys and sells. Just gotta be more going with the overall trend. So what I would do is wait on the 1 hour, maybe even put a little alert here and see if it crosses. Because if it breaks above and if it breaks above and retests that little resistance level, then it's gonna invalidate that. It's gonna invalidate this doji. Especially because the Bollinger Bands have been squeezing, now they're separating. So we could see like a little bit of a bounce and then a breakout here. So either an entry down here for a buy, or if we see a break above here and retest, can buy. I don't know if you can put a alert, can you? On the B band? I've never tried that before. I'm gonna try. See what happens. Oh. I guess. Okay, I guess that's what it is. That doesn't seem to work. So, okay, that's not a problem. All right, so that's why I think I'm gonna use DJPY. Most likely, because of this doji, you're gonna just come and bounce on here. So what I can do is I can make a little trend line here. See where it was playing resistance for a while and it broke out. I do trend line there, add alert, create an alert, and maybe like get into a buy like this along down here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Take profit. There's this level right here, which would be a zone it will come to before it goes to that top right there. So for a little bit of a play like that, it might be good to do something like that. You see what I'm saying? That's a 3.5 risk to reward ratio. Everything else telling me it's going upwards. I just think a little retest here. And then a continuation up to this B band, which I think could align with this. It's just like on the 3 hour, we did have this bounce right here. This is a good bounce because we had engulfing candle right here. It's ending this downtrend. There's a little bit of a downtrend here. And we're out of the downtrend and we had an engulfing candle again. I just see it you know, I don't think it's gonna engulf this. So that's why our stop loss would be below this candle, because if it engulfed that candle, it's probably gonna move downward more. But my bet is it's gonna go a little sideways down to here, and then it's gonna, based on the 1 hour, it's gonna bounce off that and then move up. If not, remember, I got my alert right here on this level. So if it breaks out here and I get a retest here, I can do a trade like this, where I enter there, I put my stop loss maybe underneath this last wick, and I ride it up. And you know, it's interesting enough, they're almost the same risk to reward ratio. So it's a win-win. Right now it looks like it's actually moving up a bit. See? But it could just be when it keeps touching a level like that, it actually, to me, seems like it wants to break out of that level. And because we just had a downtrend and we're having this wick, this also could indicate a lot of buying pressure trying to push it up. But we are at a resistance level. So that's what we want to wait for. Let's break out here, retest and enter, or let's bounce down, retest and enter. This would be a retest if it hit here, breakout, retest would hit here. Yeah, okay. I feel good on that one. Let's go to GBP, USD, and let's go to the weekly. Now, since on the weekly, this looks like it wants to keep moving upwards, that gives me a little bit of a sign that I think that the USD JPY could move a little down, but you know, I've made the mistake of thinking that they always affect each other, and that's not always the case. It's not always the case, because then you have to kind of analyze the British pound with the Japanese yen as well. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up, B? Welcome, welcome. Just flowing through some Forex here. I got my GBP USD on, and I just went through UJ and gold, and I don't mind revisiting those, but I want to see what I see here on the weekly. So we have been overall on this downtrend on the British pound and US dollar. And right now, what we have in our current price action is that we had a little bounce on the 1.06 level back in September of 22. And so we've been on a mini uptrend now. We hit 1.24 level and had some resistance. We're back to this B band squeeze on the weekly, and right now what I see with the last weekly close was a little bit of a doji with a strong bottom wick. And our current candle, we have 3 days left for the weekly close, but it's pretty much an engulfing bullish candle, and it's above the moving average now on the daily. So on the weekly, I'm sorry, and on the daily, what actually looks like it's happening is we have we have one bearish candle from like 4 days ago, from Tuesday last week. Yeah, from Tuesday last week. And that bearish candle closed outside the Bollinger Bands downwards. From there, we get a 3 daily candles that finally engulf that one, and then a strong bounce up on the top of the moving average. And now we're actually at the top of the B bands, and it looks like the price is resisting that level. I'm gonna draw a horizontal line there because it looks like a resistance level. Now that I see it on the daily, on the weekly, it looked like it was still kind of bullish, but on the daily now, it looks like we might be at a reversal level, which is pretty good. I think that I think there's a lot of reward in this move potentially. Especially if we just can maybe think of it if it has a potential of coming back down to that B band again. The B band squeezed like around March 3rd, March 2nd that week. And then after that squeeze, it had a downward move, and now they're kind of like opening up a bit as it moved up. But I think it's gonna go down based on this daily already. I'm gonna go to the 3 hour. Keon's got me using the 3 hour now instead of the 4 hour. I like it. So if I go on the 3 hour and I zoom back, like we did have a big bullish move going up, but on this 1.21 hour 1.21 zone, I see that we failed to make a higher high. We did on a certain level, but like when you go back enough, there's still like a move that hasn't been engulfed. And last time we hit that level, we moved down from there. So actually for the 3 hour and the 4 hour, they're so similar, honestly. I think the reason he likes using it because three is more in like kind of Fibonacci and a lot of like the kind of numeral these type of numbers you see in a lot of ancient texts and religious stuff like that. They have three as a significant number. So but if you go 3 or 4 hour, they're pretty similar. To be honest, I'm seeing almost a similar price action. Yeah. So on the 4 hour, I do see I see that we're kind of resisting this level, and the next level that it'll probably come and test is going to be the 1.206 level. So that's 112 pips move down. Let me go down to the 1 hour now and see what we see. Okay, now when I go to the 1 hour on the B bands, I'm seeing that we're actually at the moving average and it's playing a support there. So just because I'm seeing that on the 1 hour, I wouldn't want to enter a short there. Although the daily looks like it's resisting and no, but like on the weekly, it still looks a little bullish. So yeah, there's kind of mixed signals there. So I would maybe just wait. And now on a 15-minute, we're actually squeezing on the B bands. It looks like an engulfing. It looks like a strong doji on the bottom, and it looks a little bit engulfing candle about to close in 2 minutes. And the bands look like they're kind of opening up. So maybe what price wants to do is go back into that 121 level and break out. So yeah, I'm not really, it could be a move like this going up on a scalp level, and then that's like about a 2.4 risk to reward. But and look, actually right here, there was support back here, and it's supporting again. So looks pretty good for a scalp. I'm not gonna enter it myself, but it's an opportunity. Yeah. So what's up, Daniel? I see you came in a little earlier. Just want to say good evening, good night.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello.
Hey, brah. Yeah, y'all jumped in right after I went through gold and UJ, so maybe I can go back to I want to go back to UJ real quick because I want to see what I was seeing here. Um Now that like I look on the 15-minute is has been resisting this level here, but overall like I think that the US dollar is definitely more bullish from the last week what it's been doing the last few weeks. it looks like with this strong doji forming, that it's possible we can have a little bit more upward movement. We're still on the weekly below the moving average, so it's still kind of resisting that. So no buys looking on there. When I go to the daily, however, I see that our B bands are squeezing. We're at the bottom B band. There's a strong wick bouncing off the bottom B band. And so the price what I'm looking for, if there's going to be a move, is that we're going to come back and retest the moving average if there's going to be a move. And there's two levels I was looking at. I was looking at, based on the 1 hour, I was looking at, most likely because of this strong wick here off resistance and this strong doji here off resistance, that, and the 1 hour is telling me it wants to go back down to this moving average, which I put as which I also created a little support level here, based on these wicks, based on where the price broke out strong. So I have this level right here with an alert, because I anticipate the price to go down here and then maybe get some kind of support, not necessarily on this line, but I want to be able to know when it's crossing that area, which is a little higher than I anticipate to go, so that I can just jump on the charts if I'm around and look for an entry, because I believe if we support here, then we're probably going to move back up to this level right here at 135, which is the moving average on the daily. Yes, on the B band. So but there's no entries immediately right now. I'm waiting for that. I also put an alert up here on this trend line, because if perhaps it wants to break out of that level, I want to watch to see if it starts supporting there, because then I can also enter on that breakout and retest and still write it up. And interestingly enough, I found that in both cases of entry, it's about a 3.2 and a 3.3 risk to reward, so they're both pretty good. This second one here, the first one I mentioned, is actually I like it better because I think it's the stop loss is in a safer area right here. And whereas this one is kind of like my stop loss is based off of this find this last wick here, so it's not my favorite. And yeah, I think with price action is probably most likely just gonna come here. So yup, gonna wait on that. And last thing was on gold is let me see. Yeah, so we are actually, we're in the middle on the weekly. We're kind of like in the middle of two areas. I think like buying around last week, March 6th time, would have been a good time for entries because we got a good bounce off that B band. And right now it looks like it's still kind of moving up. So I want to see if we get resistance on this trend line, because on the weekly we have been in this channel that has been a downward trend. Right. We're getting lower lows and lower highs. And so we're about to hit that level again. I think if we're still resisting that level, it might be a really good move for a short to come down. Maybe to go down to this trend line again right here. I think it's totally possible because we did make a lower low right here. So but if we break out, it's gonna probably go real bullish. Um, so yeah, I just want to wait. I want to see what it does there. Right now, I'm not seeing an entry on the weekly, even though we had a very strong weekly close, but we're pretty much on the daily. It looks like it wants to come back down a little bit. Not actually much on the daily, but on the 3 hour, it looks like it wants to come back and retest this moving average again on the B bands. Uh, and so on that, if we notice it coming back there, that could be a good little long. It's definitely on the 3 hour charts been on a little bit of an uptrend. So I wouldn't like short it right away here or anything, but just kind of wait on that one. So and on the hour squeezing, and it looks like on the hour we're a little bit below the moving average there. So in the 15 minute, we had this bearish close outside the B band on the bottom, and then like we're on the bottom of the moving average. So yeah, um, nothing right away for that. I'll probably check it tomorrow. I can't really think of any places to put alerts or anything. Maybe maybe like this level right here. Uh, does that line up with the? No, it's a bit above. So um, could put an alert there. Why not? Just see if it goes down there. And yeah, that's gold. I actually have one more chart I've been watching, and that's the US dollar to Swiss francs, USD CHF. I got a nice diamond up here earlier, and I did not ride this that low, but I didn't expect it to go that low. I guess when you find diamond tops or bottoms, it's followed by a very strong move. So that was fun to see. Shout out to Keon for teaching me that one. Uh, yup. So we did hit this support level. I'm on the 3 hour right now, but you see right here was support and it went back up. And right here we had support and now it's going back up. Um, and now that's on the 3 hour and the 1 hour, it's kind of squeezing. So it could be a big move coming through. Could be a nice long. If we can catch on a lower time frame, like um, right here on the 15, it just looks like it's kind of going up a little bit. But I think there's a little resistance level right there. Um, so maybe we wait for, yeah, I will say maybe waiting for a breakout of that 0.91 91518 level and a retest there for an entry. I am feeling more bullish on this now because we just hit a major support level after moving so strong down. So could be a good trade, like something like that, where we're going up to retest that level. Risk reward is 2.01. I would yeah, I'll just watch it because I could probably get a tighter stop loss if it's looking like a strong support. Can probably do it like where it's below the moving average or something like that. But as of now, it looks like it still wants to go a little more down. So to enter, nah. If it keeps going up and breaks that, then yeah. And I will add one more alert. Why not? Yup. Cool. Yeah, that's kind of a little flow I got. You all got anything you want to share? Any thoughts? Any reflections?
Sure, I'll pop on for a second. You see, is there a way to share my screen?
Oh
Gotta
yeah.
figure that out.
Well, me
There it
let
is.
me
Share.
make sure. I think all participants. There we go. I think you could share now.
Okay.
Did I put record? Yeah, I did. Cool.
Okay. All right. Is that working?
Yeah, can see him.
Okay. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm with you more or less on everything that you said on all the pairs. So this is my USD JPY setup that I've been looking at right now. And now yesterday, we obviously had this huge dump right here, like this massive open. It took out sellers. So what I'm honestly seeing in a lot of these markets, especially given the US dollar pairs, is this huge like I just think we're going to be set up for a really nice bullish move very soon. Like just as you were saying, I'm looking to about 135 as well, maybe 135.50, somewhere right in here. But what I'm seeing that's really interesting, because I was thinking this level right here, this is what I was saying yesterday in the chat, was going to hold out. But a lot of these pairs, even like, let me show you CHF. This is the same one. So this is right at the bottom of that range right now. So it's
Mm,
like what I want to iterate here is it's possible if it just retests this low again, you could
mm.
enter off that and have like a 10 to 20 pip stop loss and then get so it'd make your risk to reward like really phenomenal. Honestly, like that's just what I'm looking at as far as an entry right now. Just wanted to share that little bit, but I'm right with you on like the overall direction and bias and what we see happening.
Yeah, I like that zone that you have there. I agree. I think it looks like it wants to come retest that spot one more time, and that's something we can really just let it ride and be moving our. It's one of those type of moves I feel like can move your stop loss into profit and just keep riding it a bit up. You're thinking it's gonna go for that for USD CHF up to that second zone there, right? The middle zone that you
I
have.
think so, and I don't have this green zone extended, this right here, but if this was extended, that would be like I think the total capitulation of that move if it was going to remain in this bearish trend. Now, I think the funny
Yeah.
thing is that we're going to start seeing some bullish action. Like we might see these highs being broken, but I don't see the need to like think that far ahead. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, what if I were to take a move down here? What's the point of profit that it would be most likely that like it would hit my take profit and I wouldn't have like some crazy test back down? Because one thing I always noticed with this, and this has been kind of something I've been on over the last winter. This is just something that's evolved when
Mm,
we hit these levels for the first time. There's all, and especially when it's like a strong move down, there's always going to be a really strong correction. It's going to find levels like these because
mhm,
this is where a lot of the retail market, because you got to think of like this basic supply and demand right here. When 90% of the market is like market is falling, market is falling. So they're thinking sell right here. And if they're selling down in this area, then their stop losses are going to be above these significant levels. So whenever
mm,
it hits it for the first time, usually what'll happen is it's going to find a level and then it'll test it for the second time. I find, and this is part of my strategy, when it retests a zone, one of these blue zones, a second time is when it's a clean entry, because that
mhm.
says like set the bias, the psychological bias for the level. We've taken
Yeah.
liquidity, which will probably be like somewhere in here. If that happens, like we could take half the zone, come back down, test it, and then go up like that, which is why I like your kind of like more broad hourly outlook on it. But I'm saying I think the way I see it, the best opportunity would be if it came and retook these regions up here and then came back down and did this. And like the yen is doing a really similar thing as that, except it went and took below the region. So it's like
Mm,
huge sell pressure. So is that did that all make sense? I know B, you're on here too.
yeah.
Hope you're doing well.
Oh, great explanation, bro. I resonate with that. That's a clean look outlook on it. And just the way you tied in the psychology of where people are gonna just anticipating where people are gonna put their stop losses and all and seeing what these major institutions usually do to stop people out and create liquidity is Yeah, and I think we've had enough experience of getting stopped out ourselves at these areas that we know the price sometimes does this stuff. So
It's
yeah,
like I've almost thought of it like, what's the impulsive version of me want to do right here? Because if I'm like,
mm,
man, I'm emotional, feeling like I want to jump into this, then I'm like, then I bet most of the market also is. And the people that are stone cold right now are going to take full advantage of that.
yup. Patience wins. Yeah, I like the double. The first one's like a bounce, and then we want to wait for it to hit one more time for that clean entry. I agree. And sometimes like they do these like the bear traps, and they might push a wick even further down. So if you're watching on a really low time frame, sometimes you can catch really good entry where just like um yeah, but I'm cool getting in that zone that you had put there. That's a good entry zone. Stop loss where you had it, you said like 10 to 20 pips. I think it was
Yeah.
yeah, was it there? You're
Yeah.
talking
Cause
about?
it's like, if ever, cause like I said, this is how my basic strategy works. It's not that complicated. Like, I'm taking the low of the range of the first significant low, and then obviously like the first significant high. It's not too different from what you're doing. But
Yeah.
ultimately, it's the rule is if it tests this region once, and I have these psychological levels set above it, sometimes it'll break above the region to like take liquidity. But if it's doing that several times and moving below it, so it's like that's a proper entry. And if your stop loss is here, you wouldn't have got stopped out any of those times. Like
Hmm.
look at the pips there. That's like less than 20 pips. It's your stop loss right there. And you don't need to like go more than that. So this is kind of a way that if you do this really well, and like if you would have caught this move and the whole move and said, okay, I'm going to take both of these ranges, that would have been like a 1 to 15 risk reward because you're only risking like 10 or 20 pips. So look at this. Like you took it right here and it went and it took the full zone. So one full zone. And this is a kind of a crazy move because it went back up and it took the range again. Now the fact that it took the range again, and let me zoom in a little, sent this wick up through the range, talking about how it's just clearing volume up here. This is also a clear sign when you see a doji like this. Sorry, I'm on my phone, so I'm having to finagle
Oh,
a
it
little
looks
bit.
good. It looks good.
When you see a doji like this and it gets filled, or likewise if you
Hmm.
see oh, this is the one I'm looking for. So you see a doji like this, like you have this sort of reaching volume. So this is just telling you that like the price is reversing at this level. We've completely rejected it, and this came off of this psychological level as well. So to me, that's double confirmation. It's tested the zone several times, so that tells me that there's a very high probability that it's going to at least take this zone, at least take the next zone. But if you look at that,
Mm.
like that, what 190.94 down to 93. Let's take it. So that's 100 pips. And you could get away with, let's say you entered right here, right off of that wick. So 94.15. You put your stop loss right here at like 94.40.
Hmm.
So it's like really tight stop, just like right on top of that. And it already proved that liquidity is failing to take that region. So that says that it's safe to put a stop loss in this region. Now you got to take the spread into account. But this is how ultimately you can get like really high risk reward setups and like just be effortless about it.
Yeah, it's like something where you could risk like $20 and then gain like 180 or something like that, or like 120, so 150. It's one of those really nice moves, you know. Uh yeah, bro. That's great that's great. That's great to have those lined up the way you have. I like your layout, simple, easy to read. Uh Makes sense the way you're explaining it. Do you Man, you should go live more often. I feel like people will definitely benefit from hearing the way you express the charts, you know?
Yeah, that'd be fun, honestly. It's like I've found just in this recent year, I started making videos, and I found that I it was so helpful to me because I started just every week like sitting down and like talking out what's going on in my head and what I'm seeing in front of me, and it really kind of put into perspective the why behind the price, you know? Because I very much trade the markets in like a psychological kind of way where I'm thinking a lot about like, all right, what's the rest of the market thinking here? What would be the best
Yeah.
opportunity for XYZ party to make a profit in this scenario? And a lot of times I just try to trade in line with that. But yeah, no, I mean it's fun to get on it. Like I said, I'm flowing with it just like you are right now. I've been in the zone with it tonight, so I'm glad to be on here and get to share these ideas with you guys.
Yeah, bro. I think from the first time we started Atlantis to now, I just feel so much growth as a collective. It's just amazing. I love it. I love the opportunity, and Zoom's an awesome platform because like this right here where you're showing with your phone, it looks good. And even if you didn't want to go live with everyone else, I feel like it's a cool thing to have as like a personal like almost like a trading journal, where you're
Yeah.
just saying your thoughts out loud, even with to yourself, and then you can have them like posted on your YouTube unlisted, so or private, so no one can see them. You just can have build up. Um,
And, I wanted to ask because I don't like I'd be down to go live every now and then, but I also want to respect the sort of like admin thing we have going on.
hmm.
And I know that like right now I definitely am like a independent kind of trader, but I totally am like part of this community and I'm really stoked about that. But I don't want to, am I allowed to do that? I don't want to overstep anyone is kind of where
Oh,
I'm.
I honestly feel like I would welcome it to be honest, and maybe even cool would be just to express that interest to Cody and Keon, Alan, just like send them a quick message, and I think they'll be cool with it honestly. Because I remember I did see something about the mods, something about like being able to something about live streaming and stuff. So, but that might be even a position that you would like to be in because, um, yeah, I think when you have a mod role, you'll get free access to Discord and a bunch of other cool benefits. Um, but just honestly, my first initial thought is yes, but I don't want to agree with that without everyone. I don't want to, like you said, it's good to be mindful of like how other people feel, but bro,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna bring it up to them too. If you want me to, I can bring it up to them and then see because um yeah, we actually like um yeah, bro, I will say you can even just mention it and be like, I'm gonna go live on the charts. If anyone is down, I can share the link to your DM or something like that. You can start off like that. But I'm gonna get back to you, bro. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna mention it to him because
Yeah, yeah.
wait a second. I just got an
No
alert.
worries, man. No worries. Yeah.
So I just got an alert. So let me share my screen real quick. If you can end your
Oh,
share real
yeah.
quick.
How
I just
do
heard.
I,
Oh,
I'm
so go
sorry, I'm
back
not
to
good at
Zoom.
stop share.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. I just got an alert on USD JPY crossing this 1 hour trend. Where is that at? Right here. Okay. So remember, I had mentioned if we break above this level, we maybe we'll break above it and retest here. That's one possibility. But right now, I think it's just gonna probably wick out. I don't know. On the 5 minute, looking. Yeah, I don't know, because right here we got this little spot here still. Um, we got 1 more minute for the 5 minute close. Gonna go close above here. I would see like I would want to maybe even see a stronger close like engulf here. Still feeling like it's gonna wick out and then go back down. So yeah, sorry, that was just my. I had an alert to this level, so I want to see if something strong was happening. What do you think about that? That's not strong enough to me. The candle's still kind of open. Yeah, see,
So I'm
sorry.
looking at it right. I'm looking at it right now as well. On mine, like this is right on the bottom of one of those blue zones that I was talking about. So this is right at the bottom of my range. So
Hmm.
my consensus on it would be if you were to buy it right now, I think there's a potential. There's bullish liquidity. I think there's a potential, but I think the safer option would to be to wait for, like you said, some kind of retest. I'm still considering a bit if this is going to break below this kind of structure that's floating higher. I'm still wondering if there's something below that it's going to find, maybe like 133.50 right around. See that level?
150. Oh, yeah, that's down here actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a level at 133.41, but like around
okay.
here.
Yeah, I think that's possible, but I mean, it is looking like since we did push below like that and take so much of that seller liquidity, I think it's possible the market might not need to go back down there. Like we either are going to see like a massive push up like very soon, or it's going to pop up to maybe like 134.20, 134.50, and then we're going to see it retest about where it is right now. That's what I'm anticipating, at least. I'm not entirely sure yet.
Yeah. I would want to see if we get a strong support there, then I think that would be a good entry for smaller time frames. Uh, but yeah, on the 1 minute, we're still within the B bands. I like to go on the 1 minute sometimes because it gets real microscopic here, but yeah, like let me see, 15 minute, 4 minutes left. We did get a close above on the 5. But you see, like on the 15 minute, that's what I was noticing. Like on the 15 minute, it had this wick form like this, and it might just form another one up here on this zone right here, 133.98, or it might just do something like that. But let's see. I've been I've been really patient with my entries lately. I'm just learning, like, just wait for the best opportunity. Yup.
That's good, man. I had a lesson, just a reminder this week of like knowing the golden opportunity, and knowing when it's not the golden opportunity. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that was so like I'm in the middle of a prop fund challenge right now, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm phase 2 of it, and I passed phase 1 like really easily, and it was like right within my range. It was just like I took one trade and it was solid, and I risked it properly, and I passed it in like 2 days. And then the second time, it was like I almost feel like I got a little cocky from that. Like I was a little too like, oh man, this is easy. Like this is so simple. And I kind of learned this week, because this has been my lesson this week,
Mm.
to not basically like trades are like buses, right? The next one's always right around the corner. I think I got too attached to this, like, yeah, I passed the challenge that quickly. And it was kind of like my psychology was like, I want to experience that again, right? I want that to happen again. And it's going to be now. Like, yeah, B, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, same,
So,
same. I failed the prop challenge like 5 times already, honestly, because of that same emotion that comes up. Um, I'm in the zone, I'm rolling with it, but then sometimes it's just like getting too excited. And I like that analogy you use, that the bus, it goes on a schedule. The next bus is always coming, and in the market's the same way. There's always, our setups are coming. We just gotta wait for the perfect setup. Um,
totally,
and
totally.
not jump the gun, because this could be a quick little trick, a bull trap, right? Like this could be a quick little bull trap, and then the price gets sent down more, because we still are on a downtrend on the, like on the 1 hour up to the 4 hour, 3 hour. We've been on this downtrend on USD JPY. Um, this was a sharp downtrend here, but there's also the bigger downtrend, like, or I don't know if it's bigger, but there's this one too that I got a lot of lines here. I'm sorry, but I'm actually gonna clear for a second, remove drawings. But I see that we still are technically on the downtrend, and we're still below this moving average. We got a strong bearish close on the 3 hour, um, outside the B bands down. And what it looks like is that if anything, we're maybe gonna retest this moving average here and then keep going down a bit, and probably into one of those zones that you had shared. Like we could probably come back down here one more time, to this area and retest that. that is a possibility just because of the momentum it's having right now. We were on this small little uptrend here, and then it got broken. It's come and retest that trend line and continued down ever since. So um and we're like in between major levels, so yeah, like um having a better entry would be better, because like right now, like if I look at these two major levels based on the 1 hour that I just drew right here, um I would say that since we're in the middle, it's almost like a slight no trade zone. I would like to see it either come up here or up here to make a decision. And I think we could have some strong moves this week just because of all the news with Silicon Valley and crypto's been pumping, and since crypto's been pumping, oh, B's coming back into since crypto's been pumping, that could make the US dollar go a little bit more down in value. A lot of people, I see the psychology with what just happened with crypto is like people not trusting banks again. Like it's reminding people of how they don't trust banks and these institutions. Um but like I always like to do sometimes I like to like do a little bit of the opposite of what everyone's thinking, think a few steps ahead. So yeah, I would say just we just wait on him, and maybe here if it gets another balance could be another good opportunity go up before we go a little higher. But yeah, usually like Monday, like I notice like sometimes it's good, but like I feel like Tuesdays and Wednesdays start getting juicy, like easier to recognize like good patterns to set up. So yeah, let's wait on them and see what happens. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking maybe I'll catch a few trades tonight, but not feeling it with them. Yeah, here it looks like a little bit of a resistance level here when I play here. So yeah, let's see. Well, my beautiful partner just got home. I'm feeling pretty satisfied with what I shared, and I really loved what you shared, Daniel. So um yeah, man, I encourage it more. Even if it's just on my when you hop on my streams, I would love for you to share your analysis anytime. You're always welcome.
Awesome,
Uh
awesome. This sounds fun.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, I'll see you all when I see you. It's gonna be an exciting week. I feel it. I think a lot of things changing in the world, so stay tuned. Y'all have a good night wherever you're at in the world. Sending you peace, love, abundance, aloha from
Yes,
Hawaii, and
appreciate you guys.
appreciate you, bro. Take care, y'all. I'll post a recording soon for everybody else. So you have a good night.
All right, cheers, dudes.
Cheers. Peace.